There we go. Test, test, test. Audio is working. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well. Loki says hello. He's trying to climb up here, but he's been liking me streaming all over again. But yeah, he likes to say hello. So, a lot to talk about today. There was some more news about Binance. It looks like it may be getting fixed up here. Republicans have a new speaker. That's good news. Now we can kind of figure out if our government's going to get funded. Things can move on from the financial sector there. Bad news here, of course, is still no announcement as far as Bitcoin's concerned for this new ETF that's supposed to be coming out. And of course, the other thing that's been kind of a bummer here is all this Binance news has been really putting a little bit of a drag on the market. I wouldn't say enough to freak everybody out, but it's enough to make people kind of have a little bit of a pause, right? But overall, guys, I think we're still doing good. Hey, Anthony, hope you're doing well. Sorry, Loki's having a flat out attitude over here. He's like really wanting pets and all types of stuff. But a lot of stuff to talk about here today. I was just looking at UFO token because UFO token just shot up like 75% in a matter of like half an hour or something like that. So we're going to be looking at that too. So there you go. Loki, you fine? Come here. Yeah, he's full of energy right now. Full of freaking energy. Okay. So let me go over here to my normal display. Hey, Max Power. Hey, Booger App. And hey, Island Time. Hope you guys are all doing okay. I was just looking at... Dude, what? Loki is so excited. He loves when I stream. He was sleeping just a few seconds ago, but as soon as I say, hey, everybody, welcome back to the channel, he's ready to jump up and say hi. He's really excited. I don't know what the heck's up with this guy. I'll play with you in a little bit. I just got done playing with him like a couple hours ago. But okay. UFO token is one of these things taking off right now, guys. It always just goes to say, like, I've been holding this for a while, but to be frank, like, it maybe just turned positive after all the holding I've been doing. This is a weekly chart right here, okay? So, I guess I didn't really start loading up into it kind of around here, but, like, really now it only turned positive with that 75% jump up, so I'm no expert as far as choosing this type of coin. However, if you guys go over here to the hour chart, you can see how this thing just soared. It really reminds me that no matter what you guys are playing with, during an altcoin season, during the bull market, whenever this starts up, maybe we're in a bull market already. We'll have to wait and see. The stock market's giving me a little bit of pause there. But as we go forward here, it is kind of crazy to still see stuff like that. And of course, if I go back over here to the 5-minute chart, this thing just busted up about... Yeah, 79%, just like that, okay? This is a 5-minute chart, so it kind of peaked off around a little over 10 minutes ago, maybe 11, 13 minutes ago. But yeah, so we are seeing some big spikes. You can see there's a sell-off happening right now. I would not be the guy trying to buy into this at this point. But just as a reminder, if you guys did load up on altcoins while we were talking about them over the last few days, this is still a reminder that you guys are probably going to be swing trading those, of course, or trading those and not doing long-term investing. And I think you guys know that by now. But just be aware, whenever your coin pops, that's usually an opportunity to scale out and take profits. You don't have to wait for Bitcoin to break out before you take profits on any of the altcoins you guys have been buying. Now, this is UFO. This is a very, very small market cap, so, you know, don't expect much from it in the long run here. In the long run, you can expect more, but understand this thing can be very manipulated quite a bit. Let me go over here very fast. Back over to let's just go to the hour chart. We're still seeing the majority of tokens out there, like the big dogs like Ethereum and Bitcoin. They are both trying to test out levels of resistance. They're still holding. They're waiting, being patient. But like you guys know, the longer we go sideways, the more of an opportunity there is when it comes to coming back down. So we're patiently waiting and hoping that we don't start to break down. Maybe that first warning sign that you guys may see is if you see the price of Bitcoin start to drop back down below that 50 moving average on the 1-hour chart. That's really the only resistance level or support level that I really see at this point in time. And hey, BDK, hope you're doing well. 2-hour chart, you might just use the 20 moving average here. We're consolidating, we're waiting, but we still have this opportunity to pop here, and everybody's hoping that it comes very, very soon. We still have, I would say, until tomorrow morning before we start having to deal with the 20 moving average on the Bitcoin chart. If we start getting a little bit too close to that and we don't manage to bounce off of it, there's a good chance that Bitcoin starts to fall all the way back down here towards $33,000. Now again, you know, relative to where we were, it's still a good sign, but you're gonna see that panic and everybody whining about, you know, I just bought a whole bunch of Bitcoin, now it's going down, what do I do, stuff like that. So it's just that reminder to make sure you guys have been making sure to scale out, okay? And hey, Laugh and Lou, excuse me. The dog coins have been doing well, very, very well. I've been looking at Dogecoin here. Dogecoin is one of the ones we've been talking about. Continuing that breakout that we've been talking about here, and it looks like it's doing fine. I'm looking at the weekly chart here, different levels of breakouts, I guess you would say. But that breakout's there, and we are loving it. And I mean, I guess we already had the other breakout earlier, which was kind of messed up by that Twitter deal. But Dogecoin broke out. It can probably start heading back up here towards 0.074. That's where I would definitely have a large scale up moment at, because you can see we're actually breaking above that 200 daily moving average. That's what we wanted to see from Dogecoin. Even here last night, it looks like it closed above it. Breakout started. Now we're going higher. Now this is definitely your opportunity for those of you guys that wanted to scale out, for you guys to think about scaling out. I wouldn't necessarily, you don't have to scale right now, but just think about it, you know, for the next few days here. And then as far as if you're looking to buy into it, I guess the proper time would have been last night. I didn't even notice it broke out last night. Was not paying attention to this at all. But yeah, had the breakout, even had a breakout here. Regardless, you know, it broke above the level of resistance. That means it's easier for the next time. And then we have that nice pop. So for those of you guys that have been trading Dogecoin, good job. It's making some nice profits right now, especially if you guys are looking at leverage. It's up around 4% right now. ADA is still moving up higher at this point in time. Not really breaking out of that small amount of resistance it had over here, but it's still getting closer and closer to this level of resistance around 30 cents. Anything above that, it's going to be hard. I think it's possible if Bitcoin manages to have that big breakout, but until then, definitely be careful with ADA. AVAX, another one that's managing to pop off right now. AXS, still trying to break out here. This is something I'm watching very closely, AXS, but we'll see. Bitcoin Cash, this is one of those things that's already popped up. I'm not really even trading this at all right now, but I have seen people trying to trade it, so maybe you guys can have some luck with it. Matic right here, I know we talked about this. This is currently breaking out, so this is going to be something where I watch it over the next few minutes, and I want to see, hey, we've come up a few times. Can we sustain it and continue moving on? Maybe that even means my line needs to be properly adjusted. No, we've just really been messing with it a lot. Yeah. Let's see right here very fast. No, not even close to anything like that. But yeah, so we're still doing fine. You're seeing coins for the most part going up more and more and more. Even BNB's found some strength over the last few days. Anything else? Doge on Mars, following Dogecoin, of course, and you know Dogecoin's been managing to pop off here. And hey, Round Earth, happy to see you back, my man. I see Bitcoin at 60K end of year. I hope so. I really hope so. And hey, Haram, happy to see you back, my man. Hope you're doing very, very well. How do you feel about defense stocks? I like them. I would probably go more into ETFs of them instead of actually instead of going into particular ones, just because of how everything is going so crazy right now. I kind of just want to figure out, like, hey, let's go with a little bit of a mixed bag. But just be careful, because you don't want them to get caught up in what's going on with the overall economy. This Sunday or Monday, I think I posted a video, I think it was Sunday, saying this week determines if the market crashes. And boy, it did not disappoint. We really have not had good earnings this week, and it's showing a lot. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, but the stock market, oh my God, they are just getting shat upon. And we'll have to see where they can find some bottoms. Tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to be doing a members stream, which will be pretty fun. But I'm probably going to be doing that for a few hours, because I'm going to be doing some work on a course I'm building out for you guys as well there. You got Sheeb also pumping up. Crow is also pumping up, or pumped up a few hours ago. This is a 4-hour chart, just so you guys know. Anything else? No, everything else is pretty much going more sideways here, up a little bit. ID token is still making its way up. I like this one more for day trading than swing trading, but it's still pretty nice. UFO token is coming back down to earth after that massive pump. Somebody's obviously trying to manipulate this price here on KuCoin, but man, they to cause a 75% jump within like 30 minutes, somebody was definitely loading up on these types of tokens. Usually they do this, it comes back down, they take a loss, and then they wait a few weeks, and then we have another big pump. So somebody's probably buying this for a longer term play. I will keep you guys updated on what this does, because let me just go to the 5-minute chart here. You can see how this looks all smushed now because of how big of a pump this was. I'm going to be very curious to see what's happening here, because I have a lot of this, and it's not hard to get a lot of it because it is so damn cheap. But you know, I'm hoping, like I said before, I usually look for those types of coins where they're well under $1, so people have those fantasies where they can imagine it getting to a penny or $1 or $10. And usually you're able to get a much more of a pump from the regular retail traders when you see those types of coins. Same thing happened with Dogecoin, same thing happened with Sheeb. I usually like to see those lower market cap coins have those nice pops, okay? Now, as far as this one is concerned with UFO Gaming, I'm not selling anything right now. I'm just going to be waiting and holding what I have. I've been dollar cost averaging this one for a while. Usually this is something where I'd add like $50 a month to it, so it's not like it's a lot. But again, I probably have like $600 invested into this at this point, hoping to get to $1,000. If it ever has a pump, you know, like a really big pump, I'll be very happy with it. But usually when it comes to tokens like this, I'd recommend you guys just go towards $100, and you guys don't really put much more in there. That way you guys could diversify it a little bit more. But when you see tokens like this that have just had pops, it always makes me happy, because it reminds me of down the road, there are going to be a lot of tokens like this that are well under $1. They're going to have massive moves. Not to say those that are above $1 won't have massive moves, but people usually get really crazy and hyped around tokens that are lower in denomination, so they can actually say, I own one of these, I own 5 of these, I own thousands of these, millions of these, trillions of these, whatever the number may be. You know, I think that's one of the things that's always been kind of sad about Bitcoin these days, is it's so hard to afford one Bitcoin. Where I can own multiple Ethereum right now, it would take me some time to really just want to put a lot of money in, like say, hey, I want to go buy 5 Bitcoin. No, I really don't want to go out and buy 5 Bitcoin. I've invested in a lot, like a long time, but that's not the same thing as just being able to go out and buy 5 Bitcoin right now today. Or I could go out and buy 5 Ethereum today, or I could buy thousands and thousands and thousands of Dogecoin, or thousands and thousands of ADA, right? Can't necessarily do that with Bitcoin. But with tokens like these, it's my rule, and it's one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys actually about here as well. Now, last 1 hour, there's been a few pops here and there, but nothing too crazy, I would say. Last 24 hours, Pepe's been the big winner here as far as the top 100. Pepe has a huge social media following. But look at that. Pepe also is below $1. This one right here, below $1 Gala. Right here, GRT below $1. GMX right here, that's the first one where we start going to $46 or $44 or $100, $24. Then you got Shiba Inu over here. You don't have to choose the ones under $1. I'd probably have a mix myself, but I am always more optimistic about the ones that are under $1 and under a penny, because they're just so much more exciting. Like if I go over here very fast, I'm going to do that filter that we've talked about a few times before. Market cap of 50, 500,000, 5 million, 500 million. Apply filter. Price, I just want it to be less than a penny. Alright, show results. A lot of these tokens are the ones I like. So you can see if I do 24 hours here, you got BitTorrent. I hold a lot of this. I stopped going into it though when they messed up their price action here. I don't like it overall. But you can see last 30 days, apparently it's up 1,000%. I don't know if that's really the case though. This thing's kind of weird. See me. Bonk is up 55%. UFO Gaming is up 35. Pepe's up 26. Doge Chain is up 25. Floki's up 24. Area 14. So yeah, you got a lot of good winners here with these low market cap tokens that also have low prices. These are usually my personal favorites when I'm trying to do a high risk investment. Let's be frank, a high risk investment where I'm hoping that during an altcoin season they can really soar and become the next Dogecoin, okay? And that's what I'm really happy about. And you'll see if Dogecoin soars, you'll see some other ones like Baby Dogecoin and Dogelon Mars and stuff like that. You'll see those spike up quite a bit as well. And those that's kind of why I invest in a lot of these tokens. Now, I prefer to be in the 0.00 number realm, 0.000 number realm, like around there. I usually don't like the ones that are too far out there. This one's okay, but there are some, like you can't even see it, right? those are the ones I start like, okay, maybe I'll invest a little bit, but I'm not going to invest too much into it. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. But on the other side here, the 24 hours, there are some that are taking losses. Now, Starlink is up 300% over the last 30 days, so I guess that doesn't matter too much. I own some of this, but I haven't sold any, so we'll see if I did the right thing. It's pretty much only up 9% for the year there. Student Coin, I do not own any of this. It is down, though. Access Protocol, that's down. So, you know, it's not like every single thing is going to be great and glorious, but you do have a good opportunity in the long run of seeing if one of those hits off big, then you're really in a good spot. But don't overinvest your money there unless you've done your research and you feel like you can make a good amount of profit there, right? Here's the second page. These ones are, you know, Pepe 2.0, 40%, Turbo up 26, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 10, right? So there's tons of opportunities here, and these are usually the ones I prefer for the long run, though. Like this Cypher one, it's 189. It's up 3,000% so far year to date. This one's up 300. But you see right here, Everdome, it's up 14% right now, but it's down 71%. So again, there's a lot that are up year to date. Let me do like this, right? There's a lot. A lot. But there are going to be those ones like this where they're down for the year, even if they're having nice pumps. So just understand that and don't go out and just buy anything. Find out what people like, find out what has a good social media presence, find out who's working on the project, then that can help you out a little bit more, okay? And you can see just as fast that pump happened or started with a UFO token. Now it's already coming back down a lot. But as far as I'm concerned, we're seeing lots of pumps. You can see ADA is trying to break out right now. That's a good sign here. Let me turn on my music in my ear. There we go. But yeah, ADA is even popping at this moment in time. This is like jazz and not my happy EDM music. There we go. But yeah, so we're starting to see pop-offs in the altcoin market. To each their own on which altcoins they want. We've talked about a few of them here. ADA was one of them yesterday and the day before, and it looks like it's finally paying off some dividends because it took us a little bit of time here, guys, to make some money. But yeah, buy the dip, and it seems to be working out just fine for you guys. We're gonna gouge into DA Moon, hopefully. Do you think the Doge mission by Elon will make any difference? I hear launches sometime in November. I think it'll cause a pump, but not a sustained move. I think if there is something that goes wrong with it, it will cause Dogecoin to crash for a little bit, and that'll be a great buying opportunity. But in the long term, it won't really have that much of an impact. It will, however, over the long term, get people to start thinking about Dogecoin again. So that's going to be something as well. People usually don't think about Dogecoin all too much since the SNL interview thing, but it'll be nice for everybody to have a refresher, like, oh, I remember Dogecoin, you know, just to have in their minds, and it'll cause a little bit of a pump during lift off and stuff like that, probably just around that time. But afterwards, not going to be too much. We'll probably see Dogecoin actually come back down right afterwards, a couple days later, and then from there, it'll be another opportunity to start buying it up again. I'd preemptively just buy ahead of the event and then just kind of ride the wave that goes into it, because people will be pumping it left and right, and you'll see Elon Musk during that time frame most likely to be doing tweets about Dogecoin, and usually every tweet that he does where there's a pump of Dogecoin's price, that's usually going to be a good opportunity for you to sell on those tweets, because usually when Elon tweets, there's a pump, and then we end up coming right back down afterwards. So in those circumstances, I usually just sell the pumps and I buy even more Dogecoin with the money I made. So I don't usually walk away with too much profit, but I walk away with more Dogecoin. Now, if you want more Dogecoin, that's what I would do. If you don't want more Dogecoin and you just want to be making some extra cash, totally fine. Or, you know, use that money for other investments. I would just sell every time it pumps when he tweets going up into that date, because there'll be quite a few tweets, I imagine. And it's almost automatic. As soon as he tweets, I feel like there's algorithms set up to pop up Dogecoin like immediately. It's within a fraction of a second. As soon as his tweet comes up, boom, it just happens. Even got AVAX pumping up here over the last few minutes. Shiba is still pumping up a little bit over the last few minutes. Looks like it's consolidating now. Gala's up quite a bit too. Gala's up 9. Actually, we just talked about Gala, I think the day before yesterday, and we were talking about what should happen with this one. And you can see that breakout there. Or a few different breakouts. Actually, that one's probably the biggest one. This one, no. Okay, I changed layout, so this isn't actually the technical analysis from the other. This is old technical analysis from like months ago. So forget what you just saw there. Yeah. You can see the breakouts above the moving averages. Breakout right here. That's the breakout we were talking about right here. All right. Now I'm moving up higher, and we're just trying to get back up here towards 0.0179, it looks like. So we're getting closer and closer there, but you're having all these opportunities for breakouts. Just don't forget to scale out at least if you guys did do that little trade that we were talking about. If you did, awesome, you're making some money, but just, you know, it's always nice to move that stop loss up so you know at least you're going to be making a profit off of the whole trade, so you didn't watch it go up and then down for nothing if it does end up hitting that stop loss on the way back down. Oh, then we even got Matic right here as well. We've been talking about this one, trying to break out over the last few minutes. Hit another move, consolidating again. Hopefully it can just make a move up higher. I better just move this right here to that, so we can just be done with it. Because so far, every time we've come back up and we've tried to do something, you just see how we're breaking down. Now we got that one here, but I don't even know if that one's going to be trustworthy based on how everything else has been going. We've had these smaller breakouts, but it really hasn't amounted to anything. So this is still something I'd be holding, though. We're still making higher highs and higher lows now. If Bitcoin can just work with this a little bit, Matic can have a really nice day. It is a higher market cap stock, though, so just be aware of that. All right. Now, Bitcoin is still consolidating. You guys can see the 2-hour chart. We are just hovering and waiting, hoping that we can have a large jump here sometime over the next 24 hours, hopefully sometime over the next hour, right? But here's the problem, not with Bitcoin or Dogecoin or anything else, but here's what we're dealing with. And hey, Slime Man, I know it's definitely been a new look. I cut off all my hair. It grows back pretty fast. I need to trim it tomorrow, actually. I get my hair cut every Sunday, I think it is, so I'll be getting it cut there as well. And hey, Menace, happy to see you back, man. Hey, Brightest, hope you've been doing well. Hope the family's been doing well as well. But what's been happening here is the stock market, guys. The stock market has just been getting shat upon. Now, you guys know I was pretty clear, like, hey, everybody, the Dow Jones is breaking down. Hey, everybody, the NASDAQ is breaking down. And, you know, now last week we just broke down below the Fibonacci level. I was like, hey, everybody, SPY's breaking down. And now we're starting to see some of those gruesome prospects of, hey, now earnings aren't there to save the day. And we're seeing the rest of the market just kind of come down as well. So this is the futures for tomorrow. NASDAQ is supposed to open up 1% lower. That's not good. S&P down almost 1%, and the Dow is still kind of going more sideways. Of course, the Dow has already come back down a lot more compared to everything else. There is some good news here. I read this article a little bit ago. Ford and the auto unions, they've reached a tentative deal to end the labor strikes. That's kind of interesting. Hopefully that gives a little bit of a boost to Ford. But they still have to work with two other dealers, I believe, Solantis and another one, to see if they can get going on fixing up everything else. Big point, though, is now we have at least a little bit of tailwinds here. Meta had earnings. They were good at the beginning. Then they went all the way back down. Earnings, guys, not the best. Let me show you guys what happened here today. This is Google. Google today dropped like a rock. And this goes back to what I was telling you guys. Don't think that just because, you know, we had this record inflation over here and that was pulling the price down, rising interest rates and everything like that. The stock market is much more volatile than it's ever been. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure why. I really am not. But what's happened? Nowadays, stocks that are even as large as Alphabet with, you know, hundreds of billions in market cap, even I think over $1 trillion in market cap, they can still fall like a rock when they used to have more consistency, I would say, right? Right? The market cap over here, that type of drop isn't too big of a hit, but now it's over $1 trillion. These are large market cap moves. But even here, 58 to this drop right here, that was a 5% drop. We're not used to seeing Google do these 10% drops in a day, okay? Even after earnings. So people are very on edge, and I think people are starting to realize that some of these technicals are not really good. And some of these and some of these fundamentals are also not very good, honestly, with the earnings. What else? Nvidia coming back down to support levels again. We may be looking at Nvidia rolling over here, and if Nvidia rolls over, This thing is going down hard and fast. People will buy it eventually, but it's just gonna, you know, it's up above where it was before COVID. Post-COVID. So, you know, we're not in a good spot. Nothing's really looking attractive here. Even Disney, you know, bouncing off the Fibonacci levels, it managed to break down. I guess this is the weekly chart, so you had it. This may break down below Fibonacci levels, and you may see Disney go back lower than where we saw the COVID lows. All right. Microsoft, only bright spot here, the only one of today. Meta, down 4% after 4% down today. After hours, it went down even more. Okay, so after hours, it dropped another 3.5%, 3.39%. Stock market is definitely not looking good at all. Now, we'll talk about this more tomorrow. Maybe I'll have a more dedicated stream towards stocks and things like that. But you're just not really seeing much hope here for stocks to get better. Tesla, that had a bad after hours, an okay day. Really just because they already got hit hard after earnings in the first place. But Tesla, you know, they broke down right here and it's still been going downhill. Go to the daily chart. What is this even doing here? This is not the right spot. Is this a log chart? Ah, that's a log chart. Okay. Yeah, I broke down a few days ago and now it's still coming back over here. Sorry, sometimes I have to remember that I have two different styles of charts on everything. There's one's with log, one's with log off. But yeah, I mean, even AMD started to finally crash back down. I didn't even expect AMD to break out here. This is the weirdest thing ever. It should not have broken out. There was no reason. Somebody decided to pump this sucker up when it should have just rolled over. We should be back around like $88 right now, but hey, I guess you can't control every aspect of the market. Amazon broke down 5%, hitting a level of support. I would hope that tomorrow, since we are kind of at a lot of support levels, the stock market should rebound. But if we just had all this bad news, what you'll probably see is the breakdown continue. And let's just prepare that that's not too bad. Apple, still floating around support levels here. You're seeing the moving averages getting closer and closer to a death cross between the 50 and the 200. Last time we saw that happen was right here. I want to say I don't think it occurred just because of how wonky it was, because that's a strong move. Last real time it happened was kind of over here, but usually it's not too much of a good sign. But Apple's it's had a great climb. If it starts to break down from here, you're going to see everybody get Apple back down to 161, which doesn't feel like a lot, but that's a lot of market cap being shaved off. And just a reminder, from all-time highs now, Apple is down around 13%. That's why I told you guys a few weeks ago when all these CNBC people were telling you guys to buy the dip, I was just a little bit more concerned. The longer we go sideways like this, the trends are shifting and they're not going in the right direction. We're just going to have to accept that. But if you guys like to trade stocks and stuff like that, you're just going to be on the shorting end for a little bit here and waiting for the pops, and you're going to hop onto those puts and then kind of ride the momentum back down, because there's going to be so much strong momentum going down. Anytime it pops up, it's just another opportunity to actually short that sucker back down, okay? Now, going back over to Bitcoin, still stagnant. Nothing crazy happening here. Altcoins seem to be where all the action is happening right now, and that's, you know, honestly, that's okay. I know I want to see Bitcoin pop up. It'll probably happen sometime later on when we're all asleep, at least, maybe when I'm asleep. But afterwards, then we can start talking about 40,000 and what happens afterwards. I know there's a lot of talk right now about, are we in a new bull market, all this crazy stuff. You might even say that Bitcoin's actually in a bull market, but I don't know if it's actually going to be sustained, because if the stock market takes us into a really bad time, and like I said before, if you have the stock market start to crash because everybody's really worried about a recession in 2024, whatever, psychologically what that does to the average person is it says, oh no, the economy doesn't look too good because the stock market is going down. If that's the case, then unfortunately, I'm not going to be spending as much money because I'm afraid of losing my job. And the moment people stop spending as much money, then everything halts. And one of the interesting things that we've been seeing so far is if you guys have a good credit score, or you guys make a decent amount of money for a living, what's been happening in the overall economy is basically this. You've been able to put a lot of stuff on your credit cards, you've been able to spend money, and maybe you haven't been paying off your credit cards at the end of every month, you know, to like clear the balance, but you've been able to still pay off a little bit here and keep on spending. Now those people are running out of money, so they don't have as much credit to keep on spending and spending and spending. While if you're poor, okay, you might not be using a credit card, but you may have been using some of those websites that give you money up front, and you do like 10 monthly payments. You know, you go to Amazon and you see all those weird little, you know, you can't like, I just bought a $300 memory card from like Samsung or something, like a 4 terabyte card for my my camera, since I record in 6K normally. And they gave me the opportunity to split up the $399 or something like that over 4 months. And I was just like, no, I'll just pay for it in my my debit card. But there are a lot of people that have been doing that, and they haven't been paying it back. And you've been seeing the default rates on those types of tiny, I want to say loans or just lines of credit perhaps, those have been going down the drain very, very bad. And so it's going to make it a lot harder coming out of this cycle for those lower income people to even get credit again, because they've tried. Now they've tried to give people credit, and now they know when things get rough, people just don't pay back their bills. They don't pay, you know, they don't continue to pay. So we'll all have to just be watching and see how all of that goes. But basically, like, you look at things like PayPal. Pal. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have to use that chart. We're below 2020 lows. I know I'm really zoomed out here, but we're below 2020 lows. We are at the level. PayPal hasn't been this low since 2017. Okay, this is PayPal. They're supposed to have crypto and all the cool stuff, right? And that's where we are. So this economy is very out of whack, and I believe that, you know, since we're looking at the indexes so much because we have these massive titans like Apple, Google, Microsoft, Nvidia, AMD, since we've been looking at those type of titans for so long, I think people have just forgotten that, like, hey, there's a lot of stocks that have really fallen out of favor over the past few quarters, honestly. But we'll see what happens next. But, like, you know, can you imagine, like, how many people thought PayPal was at 2017 levels? Even last week, it was still at 2017, 2018 levels. Last time it was at 2020 levels was back over here in February. So we're seeing a lot of pain right now, but it's not enough pain. Not enough pain. Not enough at all. But, you know, we'll get through it, everybody. Hopefully, you're making so much money off of crypto that you can kind of offset this and pay off your credit card bills and not have to worry about what's happening in the stock market. And always, Menace, always happy to help you out, my man. I enjoy helping you guys out like this. Last few days have been really crazy, and I've been getting tired. I was going to stream earlier today, but then I just realized I needed to take a quick nap. I forgot to have dinner, right? You know the feeling when you buy a whole bunch of groceries, but you feel like you don't have anything to eat? That's been me the last few days. So I decided to actually get milk for smoothies and stuff like that. Like, how could you have so much food but nothing to eat? That's that's the way I was viewing my pantry and my kitchen area. But yeah, so there's a lot of crazy stuff happening. Crypto's in a good spot. Everything else is not. So I'm really hoping that people being so afraid of the stock market, maybe they decide to, you know, and they think, hey, Bitcoin's popping off. Maybe Bitcoin will go up as the stock market goes in. We need more money in the crypto markets, and if we get some Wall Street guys in there, I think that'll be a good thing. And of course, we're still waiting to see what happens as far as those ETFs that are supposed to be coming out here. Hopefully, any day now. The SEC is taking their sweet time as they normally do, and that, you know, just as a reminder, they are not good faith actors when it comes to working with cryptocurrencies and regulations. But as long as they are led by Gary Gensler and kind of the chairs that they are, we're not going to see much change for them anytime soon. So we just have to wait this out here. But again, the longer that Bitcoin stays going sideways here, the more likely I'm going to shave off some more and more profits off of my particular positions, okay? Now, as far as my long-term positions that I've been doing with you guys, today is Wednesday, tomorrow is Thursday, and tomorrow I will be buying another... I'm probably going to just do $300 worth of cryptocurrencies tomorrow, to be frank, with the 2x leverages. I thought about doing $400. I'm probably not going to do 5, but 500 will be added into the account. 400 to me just seems a little too, like a little bit too much, just because everything's been pumping. If I choose to add another $50 or another $100, I would say I'll probably invest it into some type of token that really hasn't popped off too much, and we'll see what happens here. Let me open up Fairdesk here. And I did add 2 small positions today just to see, because I was talking with my sister and I was like, hey, I'll put 2 down for you as a YOLOs. These are $5 and $10 positions, so they're not really anything. But if she wants me to, I'll add more to them down the road. She just wants to get interested in cryptocurrency, so I was like, oh, I'll help you out. Okay, so let's zoom in here a little bit. I know my head is going to be blocking part of the way here, but let me just take that out of the way. There we go. So what do we got? Ape token, we talked about this a few days ago, still up 30%. It really hasn't been doing much. Bitcoin up 35%. Comp down 7%. Ethereum up 25%. HFT is down 8%. Hot, this is one of the new ones here. I only got a small amount. Up 1%. ICP is up 28%. Key is down 0.72. Loom is down 6%. OXT is up 37. Reef is up 46. STMX is up 14. Theta is up 5. TON is up 22. And XVG, one of the new ones, like I was just talking about, that one is actually down 1% so far. Now, again, this is not the end of the world. It's down, what, a penny? I'll survive, right? But just to kind of show you how the positions are doing over time, I'm not going to be doing too much selling of these anytime soon. I don't really plan on selling any of these for a while, but it will be nice to see how this account grows over time. I'll get in a little bit more in here later on. Tomorrow morning I'll probably add some more in here, and then we'll see what happens. But I also get bonuses for trading too, which is kind of nice. So maybe some of that will be added in there as well. But again, taking our time, trading some of this stuff here for fun, and also just working with some of those longer term trades. Because right now Bitcoin is going higher every single day. We haven't had a red candle in 1, 2, 3 in a week, 7 days. Okay. So hopefully we can keep this up, and we're not even close to the end of the week right now. We still have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then, of course, Sunday is the beginning of the next week here. So take it easy. It's nice. We're in a good spot, okay? Can we get a surprise dump move Bitcoin following other markets soon? Yes, this is why I keep on reminding you guys to move up your stop losses. So for me personally, I didn't see this big news event coming. So when I placed my target prices up here for anything that might be a scale out, I just did that out of habit and not because I actually thought it was going to come up here. What I had been doing is I had been moving my stop losses up, so I would eventually thought that Bitcoin would come back down, right? And then, my stop loss might be right there or right here. And then after it crossed, I would sell any of the positions that I had been accumulating for the past few weeks right down here. Then I'd be able to, sell them, and I still would walk away with a good hefty profit. Because, sometimes when these events happen, sometimes these massive drops, they do happen while we're sleeping. So you just want to be prepared. But now, as far as Bitcoin's concerned, let me go back over here, get rid of these little crosses very quickly. There we go. If you're worried about your Bitcoin crashing or something like that, you could move your stop loss right up here towards 33,200. That would be okay. Some people try to use the 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart. That's something I've done in the past as well. You can see how we've been kind of bouncing off of it. The reason I wouldn't do it is you can see we actually do bounce off of it. So we break down below it, but we're not actually closing down below it. And then of course, you'd feel bad if you bought down here or something. Bought down here, you scalped off some right here, and you're like, okay, I moved my stop loss up to the 20 or whatever, and let's say you just did a right click on it, you added an alert onto the moving average. I've done it plenty of times. It breaks down, then you sell it, then all of a sudden, it bounced off of it, and it kept on going higher and higher and higher and higher. So I'd usually say just kind of have a hard number here, unless you just want to be making sure that you can observe it, or you have a way to alert yourself, which you can. But some people don't wake up when they have alerts that are pinging on their phone. So, to each their own. At this point, though, you can see a little bit of a trend line here. I wouldn't say it's a huge one, but you can kind of see this trend line forming right there. I would hope that over the next We've got 2 hours and 21 minutes until this candle closes. Another 4 hours there. These next 6 hours would be a great opportunity for Bitcoin to pop if it could. Again, this would mean that would most likely happen when a lot of us are asleep, but that's what I'm hoping for here. If we manage to break down below this, it is not the end of the world. I want to stress that. It's just going to make it that much harder to break out. And here's the conundrum, which really will drive everybody nuts. We could be in a very bearish situation over the next few days where we're seeing Bitcoin break down, the stock market coming down, yada, yada, yada. But as soon as that news comes out about the ETF, Bitcoin will pump and soar. And it'll destroy all the technicals. All of us who may see, hey, it's bearish now, it will going down, whatever. All of a sudden, all of that will be thrown out the window, and we're going to be popping right through all those levels of resistance. And then you might feel mad about selling. So that's really the hard part in all this is, hey, should I continue to scale out? Should I sell everything, or what should my plan be? I'm still of the mindset that I am in a scale out mode. Scaling out is fine. And then from there, for a lot of these positions, if I feel like I've made enough profit, I could trim off even more, or I can just move my stop loss up to a place where I'm okay with it dropping down to. As long as the news is okay, it'll still come back up. So, instead of having a stop loss right here, maybe you just have your stop loss all the way down here at 32,500. That way it can come back down, it can do a whole bunch of messy stuff. And then if the news comes along, it'll pop up, take you to 37, 30, and maybe even $40,000. And then you're like, okay, now I could sell. Just how much wiggle room are you going to give yourself? It all depends on your risk tolerance. There's going to be more people right now, I would say, doing this 32,500 level, just because everybody's really aggressive on what Bitcoin's been doing, and they're all waiting for that next bit of news where everybody's going to see Bitcoin soar up to $40,000 or so. At least, that's the plan that a lot of people have. You go over to Twitter and you're going to see a lot of people over there. There we go. Google lost $180 billion in market cap in a single day. It really is crazy. Subscribers. Anything else here? We're now in greedy territory. That's always fun. Anything else here? No, I don't see much news about Bitcoin at this point in time. I think everybody's just in a holding pattern. The only really big news, it's been 6 hours. Oh yeah, the main situation. That's tragic over there. I hope everybody that, I hope people can, I hope people are okay over there. I feel bad, really bad for that. Really bad for them, excuse me. This was a big news event today, an investigation into the Canadian scammer known as Yaha, I don't know how to pronounce it, resulted in $4.5 million stolen. His account's already been suspended by, and he scammed BitBoy, of all people, right? So that's interesting. Maine up here, this is the big shooting. I'm not going to talk about it all too much and stuff, just because whenever I look at real events in real time, YouTube tends to say that I'm spreading misinformation because I'm scrolling down the Twitter feed. And so if anything on that Twitter feed is misinformation, YouTube will strike my channel. And if YouTube strikes my channel, basically what that means is all of my streams go down and I can't stream for like a few weeks. So as a streamer and somebody who has 4 24/7 streams rolling at once, it is very hard for me to want to get a strike from YouTube. Even if they say, sorry, we made a mistake and something like that, it still happens. So it's very, very much of an annoyance, and it halts everything. And hey, AZTV, not selling until 44,000. There's a lot of people thinking like that right now. Just make sure that whatever your plan is, you stick to it, and don't play around with it too much. And make sure your emotions are under control. There's going to be a lot of people over the next few days, and their emotions are going to be all over the place. Especially if we pump, especially if we dump. There's going to be you guys have already seen the machine, so to speak, awaken on Twitter, right? This has been the same on TikTok and YouTube. All of a sudden, everybody's saying we're in another bull market. Here we go. There's no more going back down. Like, we're not going to come back down below this previous breakout point right here. Let me go to like a weekly chart so you can actually see all of it. All right. There are people saying we're never going to break down below the skin. There's a whole bunch of people out there just saying a lot of crazy stuff. Okay, Loki wants to say hello to you guys. He keeps on like bobbing my arm aggressively. So, Loki. Yeah. Come here. Where you at? Yep. So as I talk to you guys right now, all you have to do at this point is wait, because most of you guys have already had your positions opened up. This guy is so freaking spoiled. Oop, oop, yeah. But yeah, this is not a hard time to be a crypto investor, which is very, very nice. Now, for the people that haven't been buying or dollar cost averaging or doing anything over the past year, really, it's been the past year, really. They're in a little bit of a pickle, but that's why we've been talking about dollar cost averaging the entire time. And while it's kind of our safety net in case Bitcoin really does go back up higher, because personally, I thought that Bitcoin would still curl back around, and then we consolidate here for a little bit of time, and then if we had a soft landing, we might go back up, and if we had a hard landing, then we would break back down, maybe bounce off of this level around like $20,000 or so, maybe come all the way back over here if there's like a financial component to all this, to a recession. You know, maybe there's a whole bunch of bad stuff happening, whatever. But we managed to break out. News was very good. We had a kind of a fake news pump, which is kind of sad, then a real pump. Oh, I'm talking and I can't even show you my thing here. Yeah. Sorry. My thought process here was that we'd actually get rejected from this before the news came out, and then we consolidate here for a while, and then while we were consolidating, having a very boring time, of course, I thought that perhaps if we had a recession, we'd break down. But if we had a soft landing where things kind of just went boring for a while, if we could survive into the halving, which is like over here in April, we'd have a good opportunity to go high, but we'd pretty much be in a nice little range right here. Maybe break out every once in a while, maybe break down every once in a while, but not having too much craziness. Because at this point, what's going to happen now is this dog. There we go. There we go. Now we're looking at, are we going to have another golden cross here between the 50 and the 200 moving averages in the weekly chart? Because historically, we're not used to seeing these, right? We've never really had one before. Normally what we look at is the 50 and the 20. So we look for those crossovers, and we're like, okay, good, we're there. Bearish, that's not good. But, you know, ever since, what, 2014? Death cross was bad, golden cross was good. Death cross was bad, golden cross was good. COVID kind of messed it up a little bit, but it still worked out. Death cross was bad, golden cross was good. Death cross was bad, golden cross is good so far. So we have to see how much further this bad boy wants to go here. Hopefully we just continue to see some good news pumping out. Good news after good news after good news. It really does help everybody kind of feel more optimistic about the crypto markets. And as far as where we are now, again, depending on which levels you guys are going to be using, you know, maybe your target price for now is around 40,000 bucks. That could be your next scale up point. That we might not hit it until next week. You know, sometimes it takes multiple weeks to jump up thousands and thousands of dollars as far as Bitcoin's concerned. I know we're all very impatient right now, but you know, historically, once the ball gets rolling here, it's weird because we actually haven't had the halving yet. But historically, once this thing really starts to go, we're up week by week by week. A little bit of stagnation, but then we just keep on going up and up and up. To be frank, maybe it's just because the regular economy is in such a shitty state. This doesn't feel like what we're experiencing right now, but as long as people keep on buying and we keep on having good amounts of news, perhaps this rally can continue on for the next few weeks here at least. But I still think we might not see a new all-time high until we see something past the halving, like, you know, past April, I would say. Oh, when's the halving? Yeah, whenever that is, but past that, I think is when we're going to see all-time highs. For now, you can see this right here. The easiest thing I can probably show you guys. You know, just levels of resistance like that. Old way back in the day levels. Even take the log off and you can see, you know, we're still in a good spot. We broke down below this a while ago. This might even be the biggest brick right here. But we don't even draw that. But yeah, so we're in an okay spot. Get rid of these very fast. 15-minute chart. That log back on there, and there we go. Right now, just waiting for Bitcoin to continue to make that move. But man, oh man, is it taking its sweet time to do so. It's taking so much time to do so. But, I mean, it's giving altcoins an opportunity to pop. What do we have right here? Dogecoin's up 4%. AVAX is up 5%. ADA is up 2% now. Dogelon Mars is up 6%. Gala's up 10% now. UFO tokens up 35%. Arbitrum's up 4% here. So we are seeing altcoins take their moves, but it's not all happening at once, to tell you that. It's just like pick your altcoin and hope it pops at this point. And hey, AZTV, maybe 39. I'm not sure if we're gonna. Wait, sorry. I'm sure we're gonna see 29K again. I'm pretty sure we're gonna take a dip eventually, just because I think the economy is gonna get really shitty here. But guys, even if we pump up to, let's just say 40,000 bucks next week. All right. Eventually, this big pump is going to have a massive dump, okay? That dump doesn't have to come all the way back over here, nothing like that, but we're gonna have a huge retracement where everybody takes their profits and congratulates themselves, and then there's gonna be another consolidation wave where we're all trying to find that next level of support, and that's gonna be that's gonna be a great buying opportunity for a lot of people. But I just want to remind you, when we're talking about this type of stuff, we're talking as traders. If you're a long-term investor, you're just like, okay, cool, some of the value of my cryptocurrency is going to go up, then it's going to go down, then it's going to go up, then eventually it's going to go way up. And yeah, that's the way that you got to think about it. But yeah, we're just waiting patiently for all this to kick off here. Like if we go over to the 4-hour chart, we tried to break out here, got rejected, and now we're just in this weird kind of sideways move. There was a little bit of more news, I think, as far as... that should be fine for now. Here it was. This was 18 hours ago now, so, a while ago. But, just in, Binance temporarily halts crypto withdrawals due to a technical issue. I think everything's been fixed up so far, I think. So, hold on, let me, if I search this on Google. There you go. 18 hours ago. So it says funds are safe. Oh, they probably got overwhelmed, I guess. That's probably it, but I don't see much news here besides that. I'm not sure if it got fixed up, though. If anybody knows if it got fixed up, let me know. Because I haven't seen any such things from Watcher Guru here, so I'm hoping that we have had some good news there. And then Mystic Ruin, Loki says hello as well here. You guys can say hi to Loki one more time. Loki. Oh, he's not even by me anymore. Loki. If he's not coming, that means he's doing something he's not supposed to be. Yeah, he's definitely doing something he's not supposed to be. But that's okay. What's right here? Can we? Oh yeah, I just answered that question. And hey Gussie, I hope you're doing well. Thanks you guys for watching. If you guys can, make sure to like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff. It does help out the channel. We just reached 80,000 subscribers today, so I want to thank you guys a lot for that. Hopefully we can get up to 100,000 subscribers. I have a lot of friends that do this type of work, and some have less subscribers than me, some have more, but I'd really prefer to have a lot more than everybody else. So I thank you guys for subscribing and watching. I think there's even a I want to see if there's actually anything. So Thursday we have GDP Q3. That's going to be big. Median forecast is 4.7. That's a pretty big GDP. Maybe that'll help us out a little bit. Well, that actually would be bad news because that means we have to slow down the economy even more. We have jobless claims, durable orders. That's fine. Trade balance and goods, that's fine. Advanced retail inventories, that's going to be important. Wholesale inventories and pending home sales. These three mixed with those initial jobless claims and the GDP, that's going to be news that we all want to see here. New home sales, actual, a lot more home sales than before. That's actually a good news right there for everybody. More people are buying homes, although that's again the Fed might say we want to see less of that. Friday, personal income nominal, personal spending nominal. So the next 2 days are going to be pretty interesting. PCE, core PCE index, core PCE year over year. This is going to be another big bombshell right here. So, you know, anything else here? Now, wages will be interesting next week, but wow, it is almost the end of October. That is wild. But yeah, so just keep your eye out for news tomorrow morning. If you guys are like me and you guys aren't waking up really early mornings these days because you're staying up too late watching me right now, just know you may wake up to some more volatility. But at this point, with the bad earnings that we saw today, Meta is down. There was a few more others that were down as well. So nothing really to be happy about going into tomorrow. The one thing you can hope for is that tomorrow we start low and we try to build our way back up a little bit. And as people try to buy up and find deals and stuff like that, there seems to be a little bit more panic in the market right now, talking about the stock market, than we're used to. But usually that can flip around really fast. I'm probably not going to be buying any calls, but I'm playing it safe here. All right, back over here a little bit. Watch this 15-minute chart for a second. Is it better to buy Bitcoin or a miner? I like to buy just Bitcoin off of an exchange. Much simpler. I don't have to pay for electricity. I'm going to worry about all that type of stuff. To me, it's just worth it to buy Bitcoin. I feel like mining isn't cheap, and I feel like it's expensive as far as I know. And I don't know anybody that's had a lot of success making a bunch of money off of mining Bitcoin. I know there are people like that out there, but for me, I just haven't had such luck. So I would probably say no, probably just buy Bitcoin off of an exchange. Once you get that Bitcoin or however much Bitcoin you want to buy, I would say move it over to cold storage, so there's no way to access it online. And that way it can be safe and you can leave it there. You can trust that it's going to be safe. And just put it somewhere where you're not going to lose it, not going to forget about it, away from kids, pets, things like that. And then just hold for as long as you plan on holding for. Usually there are people that hold for years, decades, trying to hold for a very long time. There are others that are just holding for the next cycle to peak. So it's all up to you. Do I see more downside to SPY? Yes, I do. Well, right now, if you go over here and you start looking at the SPY here, what's happening? We're running up against a large Fibonacci level here, so technically we should be bouncing. On top of that, we should be bouncing off of the 50-week moving average. We're not. Normally, when we deal with these levels of support, we typically tend to bounce off of them. But what's been happening now is we've had a lot of bad news coming at us all at once. So you guys can't see my side screen here. Let me zoom in just a little bit for you guys, okay? There's a section I have here. It's called rates. So if I go over here to the 1-year rates, the 2-year rates, the 5-year rates, you guys have been seeing the CNBC, Fox Business, Bloomberg, all they've been doing is talking about rates. And they keep on going higher. They thought it was supposed to stop a few weeks ago. No, they were just going higher and higher. And these higher rates are not good for us. And this is one of the reasons that when these rates tend to go up, the stock market tends to come back down. We're headed for a large level of resistance coming up. But guess what happened the last time we were this high? Well, guess what? That was 2006, 2007, right before the financial crisis. So people are very concerned about a bunch of stuff. And, it seems like we're going to be going down. It doesn't mean we can't pop over the next few days and go back down over the next few weeks, though. But just understand people are not in a good mood, and we're seeing a lot of nasty signals. Even the 10-year at levels that we haven't seen since 2006, 2007. The 20-year, well, actually this one's a lot better. 30 year is going to be the same. But, doing well, like I guess like everything else is. But here it goes back to that when you're seeing 2006, 2007, before the financial crisis. So just understand, we're at a weird spot. The 10 years at 4.98, the 5 year is at 4.92. Nobody wants this to break out above the 5% mark. Apparently that's that mark where CNBC says if it goes above that, things are going to get crazy. But things are already crazy. You know, what else can you say? 5-minute chart. Right here, okay? So if we have another bad day tomorrow, there definitely could be another attempt to break out above 5%. See what happened this morning? 12 a.m. Rally throughout the whole day. Rally. Rest of the day, it kind of slowed down. Did the market do anything during the rest of the day? Let me go over here to the NASDAQ. Did it slow down towards? It did slow down towards the end of the day, right there, right? So as those rates go higher and higher, you might expect this to continue to dip. Same with the SPY. You might see it continue to dip, as well as the part that we just had really bad earnings for like 2 days in a row. We need to have better earnings here. That's what we need to have. Better earnings. And that's what will, that'll really push us forward. If we don't have those good earnings to like hold us up, we're just going to keep on falling here. But again, 5-year rates, watch it tomorrow. 15-minute chart, right? We got some resistance to deal with. Let's see if we can break out, but hopefully we just get rejected. If we come back down, then you see the stock market come back down as well. Okay. Sorry, just making sure Loki wasn't doing anything. Loki! Oh, shit, he was right behind me the entire time. Something matter? Okay. Yeah, but what do you call? So, we should be fine from there. We should be fine if we don't break out above 5%, excuse me. I was thinking about my dog at the same time. And even right now, Bitcoin's taking a little bit of a dip on the 5-minute chart. 15-minute chart, still this long, boring consolidation. Any small tip to invest in altcoins that might possibly have some good gains? Yeah, so what I typically like to do when I'm trying to do trading is this, or when I'm trying to find altcoins that can have a big pop. Let me take off my headphones. Loki's doing a bunch of weird stuff, and I don't know. What's the matter? Okay, he's acting funny. But what do you call? This is normally what I like to do, okay? I will go out onto coinmarketcap.com. I've done this before. I actually have the filters already up. Okay, let me reset this. All right, from here, I go over to customized. Oh, that's not it. Where is my filters? Oh, right here. Sorry. I will go over to filters. And then from there, it'll pop up filters, add filter. I will go over to market cap, and I'll choose a token that's under $500 million, okay? You can be more specific if you want to. You can go down to like $100 million max market cap. For me, I like the little bit of wiggle room. Let's split it even and do $250 million market cap. You're not going to see as many right now because of some of the pumps that we've experienced over the past few weeks. So there might have been a lot of tokens that were under $250 million market cap, but because of the Bitcoin rally over the last 2 to 3 weeks, they're obviously right now above it, okay? So 250, 2,500, 250,000, 25 million, 25 million. All right. 250 million, excuse me. All right, you're gonna hit apply filter. You're gonna hit price. I typically like to have things under $1 or under a penny. For now, let's just do under $1. Apply filter. All right, then I hit show results. And then from here, now I'm looking at the highest market cap tokens on coinmarketcap.com that are under $250 million in market cap value, and they're below $1 in price. All right. And then from here, I have to do with the murky business, the muddy stuff. Dirty business, maybe? I don't know. Of actually clicking on these links, seeing what they have, seeing if I like what they're doing, checking out their social media, and if I like it, I'll invest in it. And then I have to also just make sure there's a place for me to buy it. Like, let's go down here very fast. See if there's anything in here. Here's something. Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 1, Sonic 10 Inu. Okay, not something I'd want to buy. But what do you call? I scroll down. I can buy this on BitGet, Lbank, Nova, OpenOcean, and I can swap for it, I guess. I would not buy this because I don't have access to any of these. I used to trade with BitGet, but they are no longer allowed in the United States, so I don't want to risk getting my account closed and stuff like that. But you can buy this if you wanted to for a YOLO shot, right? Just YOLO. But then you just have to go over here and go to the website. It's above my head. Yeah, you can see that. Okay. And then you know, it's a wand, I guess. I do not accept the truth. Oh, it takes me to bitcoin.com. That's kind of funny. Okay. Say yes, I guess. And what you do is you go down here and you basically follow the directions to buy it if you want. You check out the YouTube stuff, I guess. Now, personally, I would just never buy this, but I know people will like promote the shit out of this thing. So if you wanted to have a YOLO, I guess you could. But I mean, this is just like fucking high on acid or some shit. I don't even know what the hell. I would not buy this. But that's kind of the process here. You would go and look to see what they have. Let me see if I can. Unfortunately, backing up, I got rid of all my filters. But you would go, you would look for something you like. You'd make sure it works out okay, and then you would invest in it. Like a token that I personally like a lot that I found through this type of method, it was STMX. Because I live around the Seattle area. I would say more precisely kind of around Tacoma, Washington. But I'm basically like a 30-40 minutes outside of Seattle, okay? I used to live in Seattle. I used to like Seattle a lot, but it's kind of gone downhill with the homeless and stuff. So I was like, eh. And I wanted a dog. And so I moved to Tacoma, got a place down here. And now, now I'm in a house, right? But big thing here is, I go to a lot of local events with cryptocurrency, tech people, bankers, hedge funds, venture capitalists, I would say, is the most important one here. And they kind of always talked about different tokens and stuff because, there's a lot of venture capital that goes into funding infrastructure behind tokens. But anyway, I was looking for companies, or tokens that actually have legitimate companies behind them. And that's something that I've been looking into and trying to find more and more and more of them. There's not too many. The majority of coins don't really have much backing them, but there are still quite a few coins that have something to work with. And in those circumstances, I like to go to stuff like STMX. So go over here. Let me go to the website. Right? They have an app. When you buy stuff on their app, you get cash back, but instead of cash back, you get a certain amount of STMX. Simple business, nice and easy, but down the road when there's regulations and stuff like this, that can maybe come out of DC, this type of thing will be just fine because it actually has a legitimate business behind it. So I think it'll be allowed on a lot of exchanges. It'll be allowed to be there. Whereas coins that don't have any legitimate purpose besides just pumping the coin up, I think those ones are the ones that are eventually going to be kicked off of all exchanges in America once the regulation gets kicked in. And that's why you see Dogecoin doing stuff. All the ones with higher market caps, they're all doing stuff to stay relevant, make business, do deals, get people to use their network, like the Solana network, Ethereum network, all that type of stuff, Polygon. So finding, first of all, just low market cap, low price, good name, good social media presence. That's usually what I like to go for. If you want to be even more specific for very long-term plays, you might just check out and see that they're actually a real company and they actually are doing things that are following the white paper. Like I can literally go on their app right now and buy something off of eBay or I don't know, is eBay a brand? I guess it is. I might go buy some Nike shoes, Sonos speakers, Adidas shoes, Macy's clothes, Legos for Halloween. I guess Halloween's not. Halloween's gonna be the Christmas. And that's what you can do. Refer friends, earn 10% forever. Share your referral link with friends and family to earn 10% of their shopping and staking based rewards. So you can do all this type of stuff. So I like the ability to do that. You go over to the App Store, you know, you check them out. They have only 163 ratings, but they have a 4.5 out of 100 out of 4.5 out of 5. That's kind of nice. You can see all this stuff right here. You know, the good stuff, right? So that's the way I typically like to look at some of this stuff as far as finding new opportunities when it comes to tokens and things like that. It's not a fast process by any stretch, but it's a process, you know, that stops you from pumping in money into tons of shit coins that aren't going to make you money after all. And you make a watch list. Like, this is my watch list. Year to date, you know, I got some winners here, and I don't invest in every single one of these, right? But on the other side, year to date, there are some losers here as well. Okay. Again, you don't have to invest in anything, but sometimes it's just nice to kind of keep track of what's going on. Like I bought, these I bought energy web token right here. I bought some of this. I bought $100 worth. It's down about 40% for the year. Am I gonna sell it? No. But you know, when you go to energy web token, you go over to the website. Right? We build digital solutions that help companies navigate the energy transition, right? And then you see what they can do, yada, yada, yada. How do we work? They have a whole website. They got a Twitter page. The Twitter page actually has followers, right? They're still engaging with people as of yesterday, right? So I'm still holding my position. So, you know, it's the small things that maybe get you more interested in these types of tokens, but just, you know, try to see if they have something really going on. If they don't even have a Twitter account, then something is very wrong and you probably shouldn't even be buying them. But you know what I'm talking about. It works itself out in the end. Am I not interested in scaling into TLT? iShares plus 20 year Treasury bond ETF. Is that what you're talking about? Let's see. I think somebody talked about this the other day here. I mean, definitely been coming down here ever since 2021. Probably not for me. If I did, I'd probably only do one bulk purchase and just wait for it to go back up. Usually because I don't really have time to do things like this where I'm probably not going to be the happiest with it. Max. Yeah, not looking too good here. I mean, you could definitely do that. Normally when I scale into stuff like that, I don't buy on the way down as much. I pretty much wait for it to consolidate. I find a bottom. It'll have some type of change of character if you know smart money, and then from there that change of character will usually get me more interested in buying, and I'll kind of scale in as it's going back up. It just kind of more of a confidence thing for putting my money into something. It feels nice to say, hey, I'm putting my money into this, and I have a good idea that it's probably going to be going up over the next few quarters. That's probably how I would trade that, but it doesn't seem to be finding a bottom anytime soon. So I don't want to necessarily just pump money into it right now. Maybe one initial buy, wait for the stagnation, wait for the reversal, and then from there I can double down, triple down, quadruple down, and quintuple down, you know, pentuple down, whatever, more and more over the next few weeks, right? NA Jers, very informative. Thank you for your explanation. All right, no worries, guys. My big goal here at this point in time is just to educate and have some fun here. I've been doing this for a couple years now. When the altcoin season really kicks off, I'll be streaming for like 4 or 5 hours a day. I'll be very, very happy with it. But right now, you know, I mean, this is a nice pump, don't get me wrong, but it's not the same as an altcoin season or like a full-on bull market where everybody's going really, really excited. And it still doesn't feel that way. But that's, again, I trade a lot of options, so I'm really involved in the stock market. And the stock market today was just, talk about a bad day. And then the way the world's kind of going off on a freaking tangent with all these wars and stuff, it's going to get really weird really fast. But as far as Bitcoin's concerned, it's just saying la-di-da-da, la-di-da-da, we're going up to the moon, right? But yeah, I'm a pretty chill guy when it comes to streaming and things like that. I have other friends out there who are much better at entertaining and while also still being very good at technical analysis. Tom Crown is one of them. But usually with me, I just prefer to keep it nice and simple. I'm not very much of an energetic person. I have a severe ADHD. It was weird when my doctor said I had severe, but basically, I work slowly. I try to keep focus on what I want to focus on, and then if I try to do too much, I just kind of fizzle out. Not even worth it, in my opinion, to try to do too much. Now, come altcoin season, I will be streaming for like 5, 6, 7 hours a day, but that's because the money I make off of YouTube and sponsorships and everything like that, it's so much that I'm like, okay, now I'll put some time into this and I'll be more enthusiastic. Like last bull market, I got offers from remember Manscaped, and those are always just kind of fun because then you get a free Manscaped shirt and things like that. But yeah, I like to be very simple. I'm also going to be working on some tutorials this week. So my plan for the channel going forward here, guys, is we're kind of watching Bitcoin here take a little bit of a consolidation approach. Let me see. Can I go over here to what's up right now? There's on Mars. Gala is still pumping up right here. There we go. We can watch Gala for a few minutes. What I want to do over the next few weeks here is get down a system, and this system is going to include me streaming at least 4 times a week, preferably 5 times a week, but sometimes I just don't feel like streaming because I'm tired. I have to go do something. Friends want to go out, something like that. Stream at least 4 times a week, preferably 5. I'm going to be trying to do 2 tutorials a week, which means I break down some type of indicator or pattern weekly. And then, whatever you guys are looking for, I'll put up polls pretty soon. I think tomorrow morning I'm going to put up a poll and say, hey, which indicator do you want to learn about? And then, because it'll be like how to use the indicator. Then here are a few examples of how to use it in, real events. And then after that, I'm going to be doing more of these videos, which is why I bought that 4 terabyte SSD card for my camera. I'm going to be doing more videos where I just share my opinions about what's going on in the markets and then just post them online. Eventually, I'll get more viewers, but the problem with my channel is YouTube tries to figure out who's watching a channel, but there are so many different people that watch my channel that it's very hard for YouTube to find people to promote my videos to, which has always been interesting because I got people that watch my YouTube shorts, which are usually political or economics, where you have Jerome Powell or Joe Biden or the new speaker perhaps, or the McCarthy old speaker, politicians, the head of Israel, the head of Ukraine or whatever, Putin, head of Russia. I'll have them cut up and you'll hear what they've been saying in their speeches, and that's one thing. Then you got my lives, which have me talking, but my lives that don't have me talking, those get way more views because they're 24/7 views, right? Sorry, Loki was running around here. So that's a separate group of people who just want to see the streams and nothing else. So if I put out a video, okay, and YouTube shows it to everybody, the people that like the video, they'll probably see it, but the people that don't like the video, because they like YouTube shorts, like my streams only, every time that they don't watch something, YouTube's like, okay, well, that means nobody's going to like to see this, so we won't show it to more people. There are a few examples where that doesn't happen, where my videos do get a lot of views, but that's usually because I design them to be looked up on Google or YouTube search. Like one of the big ones here, if I go over here to YouTube, if I go to search, is Smart Money Concepts by Lux Algo. See, you'll see my video right there. That video has over 200,000 views. It's a very good video. It's the best one on smart money concepts that there is, which is why it's so high up, so many views. But that's because people were avidly searching for it, and then YouTube figured out by all the people that watched it, oh, these people like this video, we'll go send it out to them. So it's a little bit different from everybody else, right? And you got all these videos and stuff like this. Point being, I'm hoping to get my channel revamped here pretty soon, where I'm starting to make more and more content. I even bought, I don't know whether it's behind me on my sofa, I even got specialized mics. Then I lost said mics in my car, And then I bought more expensive mics. So now I have 2 sets of very expensive mics that I'm only going to be using one of them. Well, that was a really stupid thing I made to do. But yeah, so having fun with it though, that's the thing. Having fun with it. Yeah, confirmation will be holding above 85. Yeah. As long as it can hold, then you're good to go. You feel much better about actually hopping in the first place, or doubling down if you've already hopped in recently, right? Because I already know there's going to be people that have already hopped into that. I think I already have one friend who has, and I think maybe one more that's been watching this YouTube channel and YouTube stream. It's okay to hop in right now. It really is. I'm just much more conservative as a trader than a lot of other people. And that's just because, again, it's kind of how I was trained. And so that's just the way I prefer to do it. ADHD makes me much more of an emotional trader than I should be. But by being cautious and just having my stop losses and price targets set up, you know, I'm good to go. I don't got to worry about it. You just wait to see what happens. And sometimes that's all you could ask for. See things like Gala, right? Broke out, came back down, then we continued to break out. Some people might have, like, there's a stop loss right here that you probably would have taken if you're at least trading on the 4-hour chart, even on the 1-hour chart. Yeah, right here, your stop loss would have been right here, or even right here. It never hit, but it came back down. Sometimes this scares people so much that they sell, and then it rips back up. You just have to remember that, hey, you broke out, have your stop loss. If it hits your stop loss, you know how much money you were going to lose. And if it hits your price target, then you're just going to be fine. You're like, okay, now I know how much money I'm making. It's nice that way. Let's go back to the 5-minute chart here. And hey, Chef, happy to see you back, man. Hope you're doing very, very well. Hopefully it's not too late for you, my man. Right now, we're just watching Gala because Gala's finding a nice way to pump up right now. Everything else is kind of up by a little bit. Bitcoin is down 0.01%, so kind of unch. But I mean, you got 88 up 3%, Dogecoin up 3%, XRP is down a little bit, Ape is down a teeny bit, AVAX is up 5%, AXS is up a teeny bit, Bitcoin Cash is down a little bit, Matic is up, BNB is up, Crow is up, Sheeb is up, DOT is down, Doge on Mars is up 5%. And when we have these nice pumps, it's always nice to see what's going on. Or it's always nice to just kind of enjoy them to watch. Even the 1 minute here could have been a cup and baby handle. But I mean, you're seeing this stuff pump up pretty well at this point. There we go. Can it break out one more time though? That's the thing. 5-minute chart doesn't look like it's breaking out like that, but give it a shot here. There we go. It should have a little pop. It's testing at that level of resistance, and there it goes. Broke through right here. Gala is probably up towards 1830. Up here is probably that next level of resistance. But it's moving. Slowly but surely it's moving. It's 1:20 a.m. but I sleep at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Oh, then you're good. That's usually when I fall asleep too. Because CNBC usually has their early morning shows that are starting around that time. Luckily today or this week I've just been I've been really tired. I was thinking of going to get some weed from the weed store, but then I realized I had weed, but I had nothing to roll it up in. So now I just have like flour. You guys can't see that flour, but it's nice flour. Top shelf stuff apparently. Not all top shelf stuff is good, but this looks good. So I have that. I have some of this. And then I think I have a few more just kind of around, but I have nothing to roll it up in. And the store closes in like 15 minutes. 25 minutes or something like that. Oh, there's the pop. Yeah, still that nice little pop. Breakout, pop. That's all you want to see. And then you want to see that retracement here pretty soon, but that can come whenever the buyers are out of it. Seeing some nice moves here. 15-minute chart though. Look at that. Cup, handle, boom. Gotta love when that plays out the way it does, but it doesn't happen all the time like that, that's for sure. The 1 hour chart though, that just shows it going up parabolic. Look at that. 4 hour, still making new highs. Anything else here? Daily, above both the 20, the 50, the golden crossing coming now automatically. Looking at resistances right around here. So we are close to some larger levels of resistance. Yeah, even all the way back over here. if we can manage to just break above that, then we should be cleared back up here towards 20. And 20 cents would be very nice. Hopefully it can just break out. Let me see if I can actually go back over to the weekly chart. Daily chart. Let's get this down right here. Oh yeah, it just broke out above it. Never mind. Yes, it broke out above that a while ago. My eyes are not working out in my favor here. Yeah, and all we got to deal with really is right here. That level at 2080. That's a really nice pop off right there. Let's get rid of that very fast. 1 minute still showing strength. It's been nice to see a pump of Bitcoin, but I'm sad to see altcoins haven't really done much. But oh well, I'll take it. It was I was buying into Bitcoin 19K and 25K. Then you've been doing the right thing. That's honestly all you're supposed to be doing right now is dollar cost averaging. Now we've done a lot of trading and stuff like that, but long-term buying is the safest way to make money when it comes to the crypto market, especially if you're just buying stuff like Bitcoin. You know what I've been doing, like I've been talking to you guys about, is just starting up that dollar cost averaging account on Fairdesk, and all we're doing is just $500 a week of money in there and $300 to $400 a week of money being invested. And so far it's been paying off dividends, and we just started this a few weeks ago. So you know, go back over here. We got four things that are red. Everything else is green, and we've only just started putting money in here, and we're already up $365. That's good. And on top of that, I mean, again, the majority of the money is in Bitcoin and Ethereum because that's where I feel the safest, of course, when you think about a long-term thing. But I also have lots of random positions like ICP. That's up $6, you know, so I got some money in there. Reef is up $10. OXT is up $4. STMX is up $37, and Theta is up $2, and TON's up $2, right? Ethereum's up 66, Bitcoin's up 229, and Ape is up $16. So, you know, there is some profit there. Now, am I selling anything? No, but I will eventually. Altcoin season time is when I'm going to start selling stuff. But this, Gala is still going up here. Gala is pumping at this point in time, so it's doing its job here. And hey, Frick, I can't pronounce your last name, my man, but it's always nice to be with people that like to talk about cryptocurrencies and just making money in the markets. The fuck? Oh. Okay, sorry. So I heard a loud meow, and I remembered that my sister's cat lives with me while she's in college, but that cat never comes down here. Maybe every once in a while to pop on the speakers of my TV or something like that, but I think she's stuck in the curtain. Yeah. You guys can't see, but I have curtains. Let me show you. You see that moving right there? She's meowing, and I can't tell if she needs help or not because it's a cat, and cats are really independent. But yeah, she hasn't meowed in a second, but I didn't even know she was in here. So, freaked me out for a second. Sorry about that. That was crazy for just a second, because I always forget that I have a cat. Because you guys never see the cat. I never have to talk about the cat. I never deal with the cat. I literally put food out for it, put water out for it, and every now and again, the cat comes up to me and rubs up against my legs and wants to get pets and stuff like that. And I go give the cat pets for like a cool few minutes. And then she wanders off, and I don't see her for a while again. That's how cats work, I think. Just play off a frequency. I like Gala. I've been holding a bag for a bit. Dude, if you've been buying anything in this market, you've been holding a bag for a bit. So it's really nice to see the market kind of pick back up here over the last few weeks. I think we've all needed it. Everybody's been in a bum mood about cryptocurrency being in that long channel. And for us to break out of it, it's a really nice sign here. So Gala is now up around 17% for the day, so it's still going strong. You got stuff like STMX, which is down 2%. Luna's down 2%. Pepe is down 3%, but come on, Pepe had a massive rally earlier today. Massive pop, so it's okay for it to be down a little bit. This right here is what I'm expecting Bitcoin to do, hopefully. We had the big pop. We consolidated a while, then all of a sudden Bitcoin will take off, and then we'll start heading towards 35 again. break above 35, like 35 would be like right around here or something. And then from there, 38, 39, hopefully that we can go up to $40,000 or something similar to that. But we need to have some good news apparently, because my gosh, Bitcoin has been going sideways as of late. And you know what? I'm kind of okay with that, just because of what we've been talking about here, as far as cryptocurrencies and everything like that. There's been news about cryptocurrency over the last 2 days, which could have derailed everything. But buyers have been willing to chew up everybody, like, everybody that's been selling. There's been buyers ready for that. And the two big events were, they removed the name off of that depository sheet, right? That could have been bad news, but we had a little bit of a dip, and then we came back up. And then on top of that, yesterday Binance halted withdrawals. That could have been terrible, right? But then there was buyers ready to do that, and then we're still fine. And the funny thing about Binance is the reasoning they said was, right, we just looked at a few seconds ago. There was so much volume because everybody was trading that their systems got overwhelmed. So that's really a good problem when you think about it, and it makes sense because everybody sees crypto booming. All of a sudden, everybody wants to chase and run in and start buying up again. Why don't they buy and do dollar cost averaging? Who knows? But at least they'll be able to buy and pump up Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies even more for us, and we'll be able to all make some money together, although we'll be making much more money than they did. Some cats are very solitary and others are very cuddly, and if you got some that be random, that's kind of why I love cats. They're relatable to me. Well, see, Chef, that cat, it loves my sister. It will cuddle with my sister always. With me, I think it's because I freaking have a dog, and my dog smells like me, and I smell like my dog. Sometimes, I guess. What do you call? Like, it likes me a lot sometimes, but other times it's just kind of watching me and napping. So, but if my sister comes here, the cat will run up and say hi, and then want to be picked up, and then want to be cuddled for the whole day. With me, I'm not the owner. It's just like when my sister plays with my dog Loki. They'll be playing around a lot, but as soon as I leave the room for even 1 second, Loki will leave whatever he's doing with her, even if they're having a blast, and he'll just follow me to see what I'm doing. Like, he is that attached to me where if I will leave the room, he will not stay in the room with anybody. He may go back in there after he sees where I have gone. So like if I leave upstairs, go downstairs, and then he sees me working, he will then go upstairs and run back up and start playing again. But he doesn't want me to leave the house, or he wants to know where I am, which is hilarious, and I love him for it. But yeah, it's that cat, very soft, very nice, very cuddly, but not necessarily with me. The cat's never scratched me, I guess, so that's a good thing. All she does is meow and want cuddles and lots of face pets, and she purrs and stuff like that. Let me see over here very fast. Even Gala is trying to hold and do another little reversal here. Nicole? Oh, dude, he's attached. He's really attached. He'll whine if we're on other sides of a door and I have locked him out or something like that. But I normally take him places with me. I was checking the weather for tomorrow, and I'm thinking of going to a beach tomorrow with Loki, so I'm probably going to do a recorded video out there using my camera and stuff, which will be kind of fun. Maybe my camera? No, I'm afraid somebody's going to steal it. I'll take my phone and a gimbal. That's probably the best way to go. And we'll go walk around the beach. I'll get some pants on. Maybe yeah, that should be fine. I'm not going to wear anything fancy here. But it should be a good time. I think my grandmother's coming over to visit me tomorrow too, so hopefully she comes in the afternoon. Let's see right here. Let's see, HR. Thank you, HR, for following me here. I've been getting more followers on Twitter, and I've been happy. I need to start posting more. I didn't realize a lot of people were willing to follow me on Twitter. I just don't promote my Twitter too much. And now I need to, because I got like 20 followers in a week when I got like maybe 20 followers all of this year. So I need to promote that Twitter. Let's see here. 100K followers. Oh, that's Instagram. I don't use Instagram too much. I don't think I ever will. Facebook is not crypto friendly as far as I know. Maybe that's changed over the last year, but last time I checked, they did not like my cryptocurrency content at all. I violated a bunch of their policies apparently. I don't make the rules. Let's see, disbelief. This is a suckers rally. What do you call euphoria, complacency, panic, anger, depression? Depression was more over here. Disbelief is probably over here. Hope is probably where we're at now, perhaps. I guess I would say that. Oh yeah, the shootings over there. All the main characters that got arrested when we started pumping successful bear market, to be honest. It's crazy how much all these guys, how all these guys got messed up. Sam Bankman-Fried, he's taking the stand here pretty soon. I want to see what he has to say. That guy, whoever he is, Do Kwon, wearing a Nike shirt, Nike pants, some nice hat. BitBoy. Yeah, it's definitely been a wild ride for sure. Anything else? Bybit. No, I don't like Bybit. I don't think I can access Bybit. Let's see. Nope, not much as far as news is going on right now. Is it too late to get into crypto? If not, what tokens do you suggest? Okay, so it's not too late. But if you're getting into crypto, don't try to start trading right now unless you want to practice for a few months before you actually start going into trading. The market's always going to be here. You can always make money in a cryptocurrency environment. You know, 24/7. You can trade whenever you want to. But I would honestly say, don't start trading until you've had lots of practice, which is going to take months and months and months out of your life here. If you're just looking to get into crypto to make money down the road, oh yeah, you can definitely start buying into cryptocurrency, but you have to be willing to dollar cost average, which means you buy a little bit today, you buy a little bit next week, you buy a little bit the week after that, you buy a little bit the week after that. And usually I'll say for newer people, I would stick with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are two ones that you could buy and feel kind of safe holding them. After that, you can get to more high risk ones. Those can be the ones like I talked about before, like STMX. It could be stuff like Waves or Pepe or Dogecoin Mars or a whole bunch of other stuff that you'll find out over time. But you're going to have to dollar cost average into it. So that means a little bit this week, like I said, a little bit next week, a little bit the week after, and you don't want to rush into it. You want to really take it easy here. Because right now the market's up quite a bit, right? Oh, got a Bitcoin. Market's up quite a bit. I don't want you to start dumping money in right now. And if, 3 months from now, Bitcoin's back down here at $25,000, you're going to be like, hey, you told me it's okay to invest right here. Whereas, technically it still is if you're hoping, because long-term Bitcoin's going to come all the way back up here like $100,000. But you may freak out if you buy right here and it goes back down. And a lot of people do it. You wouldn't be the first, right? I'm not saying you would, but it normally happens. So the best thing you can do is do what we did back over here. We started buying heavily at the, well, I'm not even going to pull up the moving average. There was a level right here. But your goal is to buy a little bit here, 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 a little bit there, a little bit there. So eventually when it does go all the way back up and we start seeing crazy levels like $100,000, let's just say, all of these, no matter when you bought them, all of these are going to be positive once Bitcoin reaches that level. So, this position that you bought, that's up 284%. This position down here is up 418%. This one here towards the bottom is going to be up 452%. While this position you may have bought just right here, that's only going to be up 192%. But they're all going to be making you money. And you can do that with tons of other tokens out there. Now, you're not going to be getting these low prices for a while. Maybe we'll come back down to them. Maybe we won't. It all kind of depends on what's happening in the world right now. But there are still the good thing for you, I would say right now, is you see Bitcoin's nowhere close to the bottoms of the bear market. Ape token, it's pretty close to the bottoms. You still got time to buy that. AXS, you still got time to buy that. Dogecoin, you still got time to buy that. Crow, still got time to buy that. Sheeb, still got time to buy that. Dot, still got time to buy that. Gala, still got time to buy that. So you'll be fine with altcoins and stuff like that. You just have to be aware that these are going to be much higher risk and they can come down even more. They can do a whole bunch of stuff, but dollar cost averaging is going to be just fine for you. Just don't put all of your eggs in one basket, and then just don't buy everything at once. You want to buy it over time. If you're trying to learn how to trade for like a few days or something like that, I don't know. I feel like anytime somebody comes in here and asks me, hey, can I buy right now? If they're asking me if they can buy right now for a day trade, they're probably not good enough to know when to sell, even if I say yes and the position goes up. So, paper trade. A lot of like Binance, Fairdesk, they all have paper trades. So right, even Fairdesk right here, you see the simulated trade with 0 risk, and you can have a fake account right there, right? Right, they'll give you money or something in here. I think you gotta ask for money. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but you get money. It's simulated, and then you start trading with your leverage, and you start practicing. It's pretty nice. And then eventually you get to the point where this is dollar cost averaging right here, right? Some are down, some are up, but I'm still up. That's the goal here, just to make money. Let's go back over here to the 5-minute chart here. See Bitcoin still consolidating, being a butt. Hour chart here. Still taking it easy. I'm still surprised Bitcoin hasn't actually come back down a little bit here. People want to see this thing go back up. And everybody, like I said, everybody's just waiting to see what happens with this ETF news. Because if the ETF news is good, then we really skyrocket here. It's such a soap opera. BitBoy tagging his wife and mistress in the same tweet was savage. Dude, that poor woman. Like, I don't really plan on getting married anytime soon, guys, because I'm terrified they'll take half of my shit. But what do you call? Like, how does that even work? Like, I don't even know. It's just it's absolutely wild. As far as BitBoy's concerned, I think he'll survive. I think he'll make tons of money during the bull run. But from what I understand, he's like hemorrhaging cash right now with all these lawsuits and stuff going on. He needs a bull market to get his money back up, because apparently he was making lots of money partnering with Stake. But as soon as their company had that big breakup point, and there was that event, well, all the sponsors left because they were paying to be promoted by BitBoy Crypto. And as soon as he's not there, they lost all of the large sponsorship deals. So, which is crazy, right? But then, if you're an advertiser, do you want to be part of that drama? I don't think so. And it seems like every side is lying. There's not one honest side. So BitBoy's been lying. The other guys have been lying. I don't know how that's all going to work out, but it's definitely not something that you want to be part of, but it's something you want to laugh at from the sidelines. And hey, Chef, don't invest in what you can't afford to lose, though. That's also a big thing right here. I only invest extra money I have left over after paying all my bills and putting my money into a savings and stocks. Even if it's $5, it's better than zero. That is a really good thing right there as well. And hey, Alex, hope you're doing well, my man. Hope you've been doing well. I think, sorry, I said the same thing twice. I'm tired. Must be really early over here. What time is it over there? Oh yeah, it's almost midnight over here. I'll finish the stream off at midnight, probably here, guys. So like another 18 minutes. Because Bitcoin's not doing anything, and it's sad. AVAX is still having a little bit of a pump right now. That's kind of nice to see. Let's go right here. Trying to pump back up. 5-minute chart will be a little bit better. Everything else is pretty much having small pumps or going more sideways here. Like even Ethereum Classic, it's been going sideways here for the last few days. But I mean, that's why you just got to zoom out a little bit. Most things are at these nice low levels. So like even if you didn't catch Bitcoin, if you catch Ethereum Classic, you're still good. If you catch Matic, you're still good. BNB, maybe stay away from that because of the lawsuits and stuff. But most things, you're doing just fine at this moment in time. So I think people always forget that, especially because, everybody's always looking at Bitcoin's chart. I mean, as they should. But Bitcoin is nowhere near the lows of 2022 November, right? We're nowhere close to that. While any random altcoin on my list, we're really close to the lows. So, if we go back up here to March of 2022, let's just say we go back to all-time highs for this one. Let's just say we do. We don't know if we are. Let's just say we do. That right there is a 1900% increase. Let's go over here to Solana. Let's forget about this one's more for swing trading on the dailies. Right here, 700%. That's a lot. That's a larger market cap one too. STMX, 1400%. Mana, 1600%. So you're gonna be just fine here. The one thing that I was really hoping for, though, as far as this bear market, is I was hoping, I told you guys this many times, but I was hoping that Robinhood would find an opportunity to add more tokens onto their exchange, onto their app. They were not really able to do that, and it was very disappointing because I was hoping that it might give us more opportunities as a channel to load up on those particular coins, and I'd be like, hey, I'm putting $1,000 on this token. Let's see where it goes. And I was hoping for those low market cap, low cost tokens, like I found with Dogecoin back on Robinhood back in 20 I think about it like 2019 or something like that. So when I bought it, no, it wasn't on Robinhood. Maybe it wasn't Robinhood because I bought some on Robinhood, I sold it, then I bought some on a different exchange because I didn't like Robinhood. But yeah, so we got plenty of time here, guys. Look at these charts. Even dollar cost averaging now, you're still doing just fine. But some people may just hop all in. That's up to them. But I'd probably advise against it. Let's go over here very fast. I want to see. I don't know if it's updated or not. No, it's still there. The market still looks to be red for tomorrow, which means we're going to continue to break down. Two of the major indexes, the SPY and the NASDAQ, are at large Fibonacci levels. So if we start breaking down from those, then we're going to be looking at weeks upon weeks of bad moves, which means no rally going into the end of the year. It means we're going to be having somewhat of a more of a downward channel, and that's going to be a little bit more scary for investors. And the problem with that, going back to what I said earlier, is it just means that people are going to see the stock market coming down. And when the stock market comes down, they feel like the economy is worse off, so they're probably not going to continue to spend so much money. Hopefully, they just say that, hey, sure, the market's selling off, but I still got money to spend, so I'll keep on spending. But we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Anything else here? This main shooting thing is really sad. At least 22 people are dead, 50 to 60 more are injured. And mass shooting, yeah. Hopefully they got him. I don't know if they... No, I don't think they got him yet. I'm surprised these people still use Twitter. A lot of people said they weren't going to use it. Still are. Boston. Yeah. Jeez. Turbine troubles have sent wind energy stocks tumbling. Oh. I haven't invested too much into green energy. Maybe I should, but call me old-fashioned, but I've been investing in oil for so long. I just like oil plays. Plus, oil invests in green energy, so they'll make some profits. Those profits will be passed over to me. All right, let's see right here. There we go. Get rid of this. Let's get rid of this very fast. There you go. Yeah, because I don't see much. Alright. I'm going to call it a night as far as the stream's concerned, guys. There's really not much happening with cryptocurrency. We're all just waiting to see what happens next. There are opportunities for you guys to trade. So if you guys want to practice day trading, there are tons of altcoins having these minor breakout moments. Have fun with those. I will be back to stream tomorrow. I will be posting up some videos. Keep a lookout for me at the beach tomorrow. Maybe I'll put out a video about that. Should be a pretty fun one. But thank you guys so much for watching. Alex, Chef, Frick, I can't pronounce your name properly.